Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm talking about a controller that got a lot of attention since it came out, the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 wireless controller. It's the high-end model in the Ultimate series with solid spec and it sells for around $60. It offers better precision with its TMR joystick, very low input lag, a new software, and a design similar to the Ultimate 2C, but with more buttons and more custom options. But is it really a serious alternative to Xbox or FlyDG or even GameStar controller? Let's take a deeper look. As soon as you open the box, you can see that 8BitDo want to offer a lot for the price. Inside you get the controller, a charging dock that also a 2.4 GHz dongle, a USB-C cable, and a small manual. The design is close to an Xbox controller with a standard layout, but the grips are straight, like a Switch Pro or a PS5 DualSense. The plastic has a rough texture. It doesn't feel premium, but it's solid. If you have medium or small end, it feels good, but for bigger end, it might be less comfortable during long session. The build quality is decent, especially for the price. The button feels responsive, the D-pad is very tactile, the trigger have a good travel, and the stick feel very precise. The extra buttons on the back do make some noise when you shake the controller, a typical thing with 8BitDo. One nice detail, the magnetic charge base also works as the 2.4 GHz dongle. It keeps you set up clean and the charging is super quick. For connectivity, you get Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz via the dock, and wire USB-C. It works on PC, Android, Steam Deck, and even Linux, but there's no support for iOS or Nintendo Switch, even after trying different ways to pair it. The new Ultimate V2 software is much better than before. Everything is in one app, firmware update, button remapping, dead zone tweaks, vibration control, macros, even RGB settings, but it's missing a few things like stick curve adjustment, turbo mode, or manual calibration. The RGB ring around the sticks are really cool. You can customize each LED using X color code. If you like style and personalization, you will love it. You can also turn it off to save battery for sure. And finally, the controller has two back buttons and two extra bumper. The trigger lock has a tactile click, not as crisp as FlyGG or GameStar, but it's still nice to use. In game performance, the TMR stick gives you 735 level of resolution. That's a huge upgrade from older models. Movement is very smooth with no weird acceleration, and dead zone are almost zero. You really feel the precision, especially in racing or platformer games. In FPS games though, it lacks some fine-tuning for stick curves, but the gyro sensor is excellent and really helps for games like Splatoon or Emulator. That's a big plus. As for input lag, it averages out wire at 3 ms for buttons, 4 ms for 2.4 GHz, and 12 ms for Bluetooth. Polling rate goes up to 1000 Hz in wired and 2.4 GHz mode, which give very fast response time. So now let's check it on GamepadTester. We're gonna do some tests. So now the GamepadTester, we're gonna start by the buttons over there. So those one feel great. The trigger, this one is the air trigger. Physical, it's clicky, it feels great. And the other one I stay in analog because I want to show you both. Really precise. Now the D-pad. The D-pad honestly is amazing. I'm gonna do here a diagonal like this. It's very tactile, I really like it. Stick also really precise. They really improved that. So we're gonna do a small circularity test. Gonna spin it. As you can see, it's a little bit more than the circle. 9.1 on the left one, and on the right one 6.4. So it's not necessarily the same, as you can see. You can see the difference between both over there. And now we're gonna do some snapback. Yeah, those one you have some snapback. You do this, do that. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. Honestly, it feels great. The only thing, and I will mention it later also in my review, the finish of the stick after a long period of time, they are not great, honestly. My finger kind of hurt, my thumb hurt with it, so that's the only issue. Now let's go back to the review. My experience with it, I mainly test this controller on PC with Forza Horizon 5, Clair Obscur, and a bit of Call of Duty and Dragon Quest. In Forza, I was really impressed by how sensitive the triggers are. You can precisely control acceleration and braking, which help a lot in tight corners. Also, the sticks are very amazing if you want to do micro adjustment. It is very good. I also play some Clair Obscur, you know, you need to parry, dodge, and stuff like that. It's very responsive, this controller. I didn't have any issue with it. It was a pleasure to play Clair Obscur with this controller. And also, I did some tests on the D-pad. I like to play Dragon Quest and just like travel in the map and moving like around to see if it responds properly. I'm not a huge 2D platformer guy. But still, honestly, the D-pad is really amazing. I really like also the feeling, the tactile feel of it. However, after several hours of gaming, I start to feel discomfort from the sticks. The texture combined with their raised shape end up irritating my thumb, especially during long session in Forza. Also, because I have a large end, the straight shape of the controller is less comfortable than the Xbox controller over a long period for me. Now let's talk about pros and cons. So first of all, pros, high precision TMR stick, you really feel it. Very low latency. Excellent D-pad for platformer. Full feature unified software. Magnetic charging base plus dongle. And a really cool custom RGB lighting. For the cons, not compatible with iOS or Switch. Shape not great for larger hand. No stick curve tuning. That's can be a deal breaker for FPS shooter. Plastic feel a little bit cheap for me, and stick feel a bit too light also. And after a certain period of time, like I said, they're not very comfortable. So my conclusion, to wrap it up, the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 Wireless is probably one of the best controllers 8BitDo has ever made. It's not perfect, especially if you play competitive FPS or have big hands, but for everything else, it works really well. If you want a controller that's versatile, precise with a great D-pad, solid gyro, and tons of customization, for around $60 USD, then yes, I totally recommend it. I give it a solid 8.9 on 10. I really enjoy this controller and I feel like a lot of people will enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have any question about compatibility or settings, I will be happy to help. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace everyone.